And one final question, Mr. Bryant. What do you see that makes this trader so special?
I see a calmness. There's a serious calmness about him, which is extremely deadly. Right? Because he's not up, he's not down, he's not contemplating what just happened before or worrying about what's to come next. He's just there.
All right, I'm long inside of this fair value gap. Looking to take a small partial above this high. All right, I'm going short here. Come on now, that's too easy.
I come on record and tell y'all, when it comes to legalized bank robbing, I'm the best.
I'm buying this fair value gap. I'll take that.
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
No.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy NFP Thursday. Oh man. Let's go. Let's do this thing. Let's go, let's go, let's go. The intro is why we need a black ICT. That's a way to start the morning right there. Oh man. It's been a while since I've been on the tube. What's up? Good morning, good morning. Good morning. We're gonna get started in just a few minutes here. We're gonna have some fun today. Let me get all my devices plugged in. Plan on being here for a while, for a few hours. Good morning, good morning. All right, so let's get this out of the way. So Forex Factory, looking at it, May 1st, we're officially done with April. For today, we have high impact news at 8:30, so that's about 8 minutes from now, 7 minutes from now, and we have high impact news at 10 o'clock. I plan on staying on until 11, maybe even 12. I kind of want to do a long one today. So I have a few levels on the chart here. If we go to the daily, we were looking for consequent encroachment of this wick as a drawn liquidity, and we hit that yesterday after market close. And my next target that we're looking for is the buy side, and then should we accelerate through that, then I'm looking at the buy side above this high. So we're in within striking distance of that buy side, so that is my focus for right now. And what I have on my chart are a few new week opening gaps from Monday, March 24th. I also have a new week opening gap from March 17th. And on the daily chart, I have our current new day opening gap here. All right, so those are the only three levels I have on my chart: the buy side, current new day opening gap, and some new week opening gaps. Dropping down straight to a 15-minute chart, you can see our gaps here. We have our midnight opening price. So we've dropped down during London, taking out the sell stops, trading up, bullish order block, trading higher, consequent encroachment of the new week opening gap, and we're within, again, striking distance of that buy side liquidity, which was our weekly target. All right. So that's what we're looking for. So I'm curious to see what we want to do at 8:30. If we just want to spike it up there and then boom, be done with it, or do we want to explore lower, clear out some sell side, work into a discount a little bit, possibly beneath the midnight open, and then reach for that objective. For me, I'd rather just see us clean that up now and then see what we get, how we trade after we clear that out. So let's go to a 5-minute chart, and we're going to stay here until after our news driver comes out. And again, I plan on being here for at least three to 4 hours, so we're going to have some fun today. We got buy side here, cleared all of that out. And my focus for right now is here. All right. Easy London. Yeah, London was nice. I actually took some trades during London. I was practicing. Sometimes I can't sleep. And I just trade London for the practice of it. I still have the sell side marked here. And the vertical line annotating midnight. But in volume imbalance, this was not supposed to be go over today, but volume imbalance used as support here to clear out the buy side. I'm shorting at the low end of it. I was targeting the sell side here. That was my draw. Then I get stopped out at break even there. So I sold 3, break even, sold 2. Because every time I get stopped out, even if it was a break even, my first entry was 3 contracts. That gets stopped at break even. Good money management. I'm going in with less leverage, so 2 contracts there. Re-entry after we use the volume imbalance. And then sell side target. And then my last partial, I was looking for the new week opening gap down here. That was going to be my last contract, and then it gets stopped there in profit. So that was that. But London that was easy. Buy side taken, trading above the midnight open. That's your manipulation. And then you had a nice breaker. All these consecutive up close candles, that's one order block. Small little breaker. So that was nice. And you could have scaled something off there if you wanted to, but I was looking for that there. Let's clear that off. Let's take all that off. All right. So we have high impact news in about 2 minutos. So we'll keep that on just for context. And what I kind of want to do throughout this live stream, I labeled it a price action study. We're going to be taking screenshots throughout the live stream and doing like a live journaling. So whenever we get a price run to a specific level, or whenever we highlight something before it happens and it pans out, we're going to annotate our chart, journal it, screenshot it, save it. And by the end of the live stream, we should have a handful of screenshots from small little price runs that can be potential setups. All right, real quick before we have news in about a minute, let's go look at S&P. So we have SMT at the highs. ES did not clear out the buy side there, while NASDAQ did. So you have a little SMT there. The Dow failed to do so as well. Let's look at dollar index. Dollar's been in a nasty consolidation for a while. So I'm not going to place too much emphasis on that. But here is, let's see. Again, my focus for the session is up here. That's where I like to see price draw up into. That's my focus. Just get enough real estate on the chart here. Weekly objective, rewind the stream. We showed it earlier. All right, so here's our 8:30 news. Go ahead and get that opening price as well. So we just cleared out some sell side. Change these colors a little bit. I was playing around with them last night. Makes it a little bit more easy to see. All right, so I like what we're getting here. Whenever we open at 8:30 or 9:30 and immediately trade down, I'm seeing that as kind of like a Judas swing. So we clear out the sell stops. And if we keep this low intact, my bias is still higher. And I say that because we've already cleared out sell stops during London. So we've dropped down, clearing out relative equal lows, and then traded higher. So as long as we stay above this low, my focus is still the buy side from the daily chart. And I'm seeing this drop down as simply clearing out sell side and trading beneath the midnight open. I'll zoom out to a 15-minute. Now if we defer this buy side and we continue lower, then my thought process is we're waiting till after the open with our 10 a.m. news driver, because we have 2 high impact news drivers today. But again, best case scenario, I would want to see this hit preferably before the open. That's just what I'd like to see. So if you think about it, everybody's looking for buy side. It's pretty obvious that singular high is a pretty obvious draw on liquidity. So the way I look at it is, if I was long anywhere in here and I wanted to participate and look to get out at that buy side, I would be knocked out of my long position with that news driver at 8:30. So if I'm long here, if I didn't already get stopped out here, then I'm trailing my stop here, trailing my stop here, trailing my stop here, and then that would have just taken me out. So now if NASDAQ did want this objective, I think the stage is set to do so, since we just cleared that out. So let's go ahead and go to a 1-minute chart. We can get some details here. This is sell side, but it's going to get in the way. So we'll just do this here. I'm going to have more drawings on my chart than what I would usually like, simply because this is a price action study, tape reading. Discord members, New York ATM model is very much in play. 7 a.m. sell side taken. Be sure to like the live, share the live with your trading buddies, Discord buddies. If you think you're going to find some value in this one, or if you've already found value in it thus far. It does good for the algorithm when you push the live stream out there. It would be greatly appreciated. We're going to have a lot of fun here this morning and hopefully learn a lot. So if you can share, subscribe if you haven't already. We did hit 15,000 subscribers. I don't think I was at 15,000 the last time we did a tape reading stream. Can't remember. So that's freaking awesome. Love you guys. So I want to see if we're interested in getting back above this fair value gap and treating it as an inversion level. Again, my focus is the weekly objective up here. And I like how everything is setting up, because whenever we have a price run like this where it's just higher, 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 and we form a high like this and move away aggressively, there's always people trying to predict the highs, trying to predict the tops in the marketplace. So I always love seeing that run out one more time. John Doe, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Alex. Good morning, Chico. What's up, Corey? Tay, Jen. Good morning, Noel, Quincy, Zord. Who else we got? Jays, Shadow. Good morning, fellow traders. What's up, Big Dave? Good morning. So just hanging around inside of this civvy. It's my little fair value gap created with our news driver. What's the difference entering at 8:30 and 9:30? It's pretty much the same thing. I just like trading earlier. The Discord live streams start at 8:15. The private trading streams, 8:15. But for those who can't tune in live or watch it live, they're always recorded and kept up until the end of the week, until Sunday when we get our new day or new week opening gap. But there's more information and Discord features and pricing and all that stuff. Just click the link in my bio, or the link pinned in the chat room. And the link in the bio is actually wrong. I made my own website a couple days ago, so let me update that. Subtle flex, you know. Highlighting this civvy in gray, because eventually in the future I do want us to get above it and use it as an inversion level. You still watch ICT videos? Yeah, I watch every single one. I watched the one he posted yesterday. Yeah, I watch all of them. He's not really posting like a lot of new teachings. It's more just like reviews. So as far as like, am I doing like deep note taking like I used to do in 2024, 2023? Not really, because it's not really new material. I think 2025 he's mainly focusing on just trading based on what he's taught already, and then he does like a quick little market review after. But yeah, I'm always a student, so I'm still studying for sure. Absolutely. Gotta be a student of the game for sure. So we got about 10 minutes until that macro. The 850 to 910 macro is one of my favorites. There's usually always a nice little scalp. You'll generally find a nice price run within that 20-minute interval. So I'm going to be kind of keying in on those 20 minutes when we get there, and then see if we can highlight a little bread and butter setup pre-market. The horizontal lines are new week and new day opening gaps. So new week opening gap or new day opening gap, can't remember which. And then new week opening gap and its consequent encroachment is the dotted. I've shown those levels in the beginning of the live stream if you want to rewind. Last time I was in practice in February, you said to trade early. Yeah, I trade early just because I like to be done. Preferably, I want to be done trading before 10 a.m. Just because, like, I don't want to be in front of the charts later than 10. That's really it. So that's why I started trading at 8:30. And usually I could find a setup before the opening bell. Has that time change affected your win rate? No, it's the same. Price action is just price action. So again, I'm watching this SIBI, and I just want to see if NASDAQ's interested in getting above it. We do have London low down here, but again, for right now, I would like to see that low stay intact because my focus is up here. If we take out this low prior to 9:30, then I think we're waiting until our 10 a.m. news driver to explore this level. But again, I'd rather see this hit before 9:30. That's just me. This is an old new week opening gap. Again, you can rewind the stream if you want to see where I got it from. Why do you prefer micros over minis? Partials. That's really it. You could take more partials with trading micros. Like, I'd rather trade 10 micros than 1 mini because I could take partials. I'd rather trade 20 micros than 2 minis because I can take partials more. You're paying a little more in commissions that way, but it's really not that big of a deal. That's why whenever I move my stop to break even, I'm always making sure that I lock in like 30, 40 bucks just to cover commissions, because putting on 20 micros, you know, it costs money and those add up over time. Does partials affect your total profit? I mean, if you take partials, you're making less in terms of what you would have made if you just held on to your terminus, but I like putting money in my pocket, so that's why I take partials. So it looks a little nasty in here, but I'm maintaining the same narrative that we've dropped down at 8:30 to clear the sell stops, which in my opinion sets the stage for potentially higher prices. Once we get to 850 and 910, I would want to start seeing some movement. Let's check on other markets because I'm really only looking at one screen. I don't have anything on my monitor other than the economic calendar. So S&P has a clean sell side here. That's a little too smooth, but I'm not really looking at that at the moment. Dow. Is there SMT there? Dow. ES, so there is a little SMT. ES made a lower low. Wow, Dow, higher low. NASDAQ, higher low. So SMT at the lows in a market that I think is already predisposed to go higher. So that's something that I like. And we're trading into that SIBI right now. And I like to see us close above it and use it as support. This is something that I'm studying. So the SMT we have is this low here and this low. ES is the only one that's made a lower low so far. So should we get above the SIBI, how I view the SMT is S&P has taken out the sell side while NASDAQ and Dow have not as of right now. Should we get above the fair value gap and treat it as an inversion level, then I'm seeing this SMT as NASDAQ does not have the willingness or the strength to clear out the low, while S&P did. So I would see that as underlying bullishness. But I want to see us get above this first for me to feel confident in this divergence. What's up, Sam? Good morning. Doing good. How you doing, bro? Doing good. Got a lot of rest yesterday. I'm planning on doing a long live stream today, staying on till maybe 12 o'clock. So I got my rest yesterday. Rockets got a nice dub last night against the Warriors. They could really play like that every night if they wanted to. I don't know what took them so long. But doing good. Lakers in 5. Them boys got sent home. That's embarrassing. How you get Luka and then get sent home in the first round? Gentleman sweep. That's embarrassing. LeBron, go ahead and retire, fam. It's over. It's over. That's almost as worse as the Phoenix Suns not making the playoffs when you have Book, KD, and Bradley Beal. This is for all the basketball heads out there. Oh yeah, Jalen Green nowhere to be found. I don't know what bro's doing. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, Luka can't guard for nothing. If Luka's not in a zone, if he's not playing his own defense, bro, he's a liability. He cannot guard. Till 12. Oh yeah, I plan on staying on for a while. I was gonna label this a 4-hour live stream in the title, but I was like, let me not promise that just in case I get too tired. But I do plan on being on here for about 3.5, 4 hours. We're gonna do a lot of studies, a lot of journaling, a lot of screenshots and things of that sort. Oh yeah, Şengün been balling. They saying Jalen Green is the face of the franchise for the Rockets. I think Şengün is taking that spot because he came to play. His first playoff appearance, and he's balling out. It just looks like he wants it more. And yes, it is the day before NFP. So one of the rules I have on my what is she talking about? Rachel says she commented in the stream, but I did not see her comment. Oh, there she is. Never mind. I'm tripping. Morning, babe. My bad. But what was I saying? Oh, it's NFP Thursday. So I really don't like trading on Thursday of NFP week, just because I know that it's not likely to find a nice clean price run the day before NFP. Most of the carnage and volatility and price runs are going to be saved for 8:30 and the price action that comes after it. So typically what we can see on days before NFP or days before CPI is very likely that we can just stall around and engineer liquidity, so that way NFP has something to run on. So for instance, let's say we don't tag this level today. I don't think that's likely, but let's say, we don't want that level today. That's a classic NFP Thursday characteristic, because now going into Friday's trading, this is a huge objective for Friday. Same thing with any sell side. If we want to leave that intact, if we want to leave the sell side intact and not worry about the daily objective today, and we just bounce around in this range, now NFP has sell side to run on, and we have buy side on the daily chart to run on. So NFP Thursday can very much do just that and just bang around with internal range liquidity. So the CB here, haven't been able to get above it. We're officially in that macro 850 to 910. Yeah, definitely more of a day where you want to be caution. On my trading plan, I have it listed as a caution day or / no trade day, depending on how the price action looks. There's been some clean NFP Thursdays, just like there's been clean, no news Mondays and things of that sort. But by far and large, I kind of like to take these days off and just tape read. Can you tell us what's the most important things that should be on your trading journal? Your trading journal is personal. There's no right or wrong way to journal. But I think if you're brand new, I think you need to journal your emotions. It's just like a personal diary, but trading related. And sometimes I put like I have a trading journal as far as I'm tracking my progress and things of that sort. But I also, if I have things in real life that affect me or whatever, I'm very in tune with my emotions and how I'm feeling. You know what I mean? So in your trading journal, I think you just need to have a section where you're logging your emotions, or you're just logging things that have happened in your personal life, whether good, bad, anything that caused a emotional reaction out of you in the real world that's going to affect your trading. So you need to be in tune with that. It needs to be addressed, And other than that, it's really up to you, I haven't seen if they've been using the Venom model. Oh yeah, that's the Venom model is cool. I like the concept of it, but I'm really just kind of studying. I'm not interested in adding anything new to my trading, and really I'm about to, because I was doing a lot of back testing and market reviews and things of that sort, and I was I'm really about to stop using the first presented fair value gap, because at least for my trading, it's just really not needed. I can see the drawn liquidity, I can see, and I don't extend them in the future. That's just me. Some people have 3 or 4 first presented fair value gaps on their chart throughout the week, but me, I can just see, Like if I have a drawn liquidity, if I have a, daily bias, then I can just trade without, because I've been doing it before. Before ICT introduced the first presented fair value gap, my trading was just fine. My entries were good. So I was like, I was looking at my daily screenshots, and I was like, do I really need these first presented fair value gaps on my chart? And I was like, I don't think I do. And I know he's holding stuff back, so I'm kind of leaning towards, like, until he said he's coming out with a book, but I could have sworn, like, last year he said that he's not doing the book anymore, but now he's saying he is doing the book, so I don't know what's going on with that. But I'm thinking, like, I'm just going to wait till he fully teaches it before I start applying anything new, because I know he's holding stuff back on first presented fair value gaps, and he's holding stuff back about the Venom model and all that, so I'm not really interested in adding it to my trading if he's not giving the full picture. Not saying you can't trade with it now. You obviously can. I think he's taught enough to where you can find setups with it. But he did, right? I don't think he's sick. I don't know. Because he said something with a publisher. Like, he was like, I'm not doing the books anymore. Everything that I was going to put in the books, I'm just going to put it in the live streams. And then he comes out this year, okay, the books is going to, I'm like, wait, what? I thought there were no books. I don't know what he's doing. So that's why I'm just like, but yeah, especially in your beginning stages, this consolidation is getting a little nasty, but in your beginning stages, what Tim said, what is it called? Shiny object syndrome, where every single thing he drops, you want to apply it to your trading. That could kind of hurt you more than it can help you. The same way people try to like add everything, like the kitchen sink approach. As soon as ICT introduces something new or just hints at it, everybody wants to add it to their trading. And it's too complex for me. I try to keep it simple. But with that being said, I'm still studying and whatnot. It's my wallet tracker. Hold on. Nice. But yeah, but I'm still studying his content. I'm just not applying every single thing he introduces. I'm really just focused on working on my own craft in a way. Just mastering where I'm at right now and my ability to read price, continue to do my own market reviews and study. And then if I feel like I want to add more to my trading, then I will. But as of right now, I'm just kind of just improving where I'm at right now without adding anything extra. Have you done anything interesting lately? Anything interesting? I don't know, I'm pretty boring. What have I done? No, not really. Not really. I booked a cruise. Me and my girl going on a cruise on June 7th. I'm working on getting my passport expedited because I've never been out the country. Even though I don't think we need a passport for where we're going on the cruise, but they say it's a good idea to have it regardless. So I'll be getting my photo taken for my passport and all that, and getting that taken care of. Going to the passport facility to drop off the money order to get it expedited and all that. Corvette's nice. Haven't taken it for a drive in a while, actually. I need to get it cleaned. All right, so NASDAQ looks heavy. We've taken out that low, unwilling to get above the SIBI. And let me browse through other markets real quick. That's that same low S&P there. Dow rotating lower. Dollar showing signs of heaviness. Let me flip through the time frames here. Again, I'm only working with one screen. Let me change these. Make it a little cleaner. So my logic still stays the same. As long as we stay above this low, my focus is here. We have down close candle on the hourly. That London low at 3 a.m. If we're above that, I still favor higher prices. But the moment we start breaching it, then new week, or what is this? Current new day opening gap. But this is an important low for me because we've already swept sell side. Zoom out a little bit. Let's get some more real estate on the chart. Nah. Y'all are funny, man. So we have an hour till news. Our next news driver isn't until 10 o'clock. High impact manufacturing PMI, whatever the heck that means. So NASDAQ is respecting, excuse me, its CBs. Couldn't get above it here. I'm watching the fair value gap here and its consequent encroachment. The body's closing outside of it. So as of right now, order flow is looking heavy. And we have sell side here. Now, if I was trading today, I would let this pass me by. I would only... See, that's how you know they finna pull some foolishness. TradeStation just sent out the margins thing whenever they're expecting high volatility and they reduce the margin rates. That's how you know there's some foolishness. Yeah, they did it late. Usually they send it like an hour early. Like usually they send it at 8 a.m. They send it at 9. Well, for me, whenever I see that, whenever they say, hey, just so you know, you're not going to be able to leverage with our money, that's like a telltale sign that you got to be careful. You can respond to watermelon scenes. Oh, I saw the pics on. I'm telling you, I'm bad at responding to text. Like, my friends be getting on me all the time because I be in group chats and I don't be talking in there. Like, I read them. Like, I be reading text. I read the group chat, but I don't be talking in there. Like, I don't know. But no, I saw it. Pretty family, laser tag. You know what I mean? I saw your text. I'm just bad at texting back, but I was there. I acknowledged it, like, in my head. So, sell size in the crosshairs. We have relative equal lows here. This is that low that I'm watching to see if we leave intact. If we don't, and if we clear that out, then our current new day opening gap, which is around 19,007 or 19,850 or so, will be my focus, but that's only if we clear out that low. Let's see if I can fit all this on my chart. There we go. Again, maintaining a bullish bias unless we take out that low. That's my thought process. And if I was live trading today, for me, I wouldn't be interested in any of this move lower, regardless if it drops 1,000 points. This is my objective that I'm looking for. I'm confident, and that's the drawn liquidity for the week. So I would want to trade in that direction, ideally. Ricardo. Oh my goodness. What's the chart colors? Tell us the chart colors. Oh my God. If only I had the chart colors. I don't show chart colors because the people, they'll just get tired of it. Literally every stream people ask for chart colors, and it's just not going to stop. So that's why I just don't address it. I skip over those comments because literally that's the most asked question I get. And if I show chart colors and go through the codes and all that every single stream, it'll get real old real fast. So that's why I just ignore it. Be you, bro. Do your own. Pick your own chart colors. Be your own person. You know what I mean? Do your thing. All right, so NASDAQ getting a little displacement higher. The only thing that gets me confident that we're likely to maintain our bias, which is the weekly objective, is if we start closing above SIBIs and using them as support. Same thing I wanted to see here. And there's a reason I'm highlighting the fair value gaps in gray, because again, in the future, I would like to see these offer support. And I wouldn't be interested in shorting. I'll just say it that way. So I'd rather see these act as an inversion fair value gap to take us higher towards our buy side. Which mentorship you went through? All of them. All of them. All of them. They're all good. None of this, in my opinion, is necessarily clean delivery. There's a lot of wicks and small body candles, and it's real slow in the way it's moving. I've seen cleaner, faster, more low resistance price action, but this is exactly what I expect on NFP Thursday. So we have NFP Thursday combined with brokers sending out alerts that they're changing the margin rates. That alone, those two factors, already tells me caution. Proceed with caution. All right, so I like how we've got above that SIBI. Also looking at this as well. This is also your first presented fair value gap Well, I'm not really seeing that as a true fair value gap. I gotta sneeze, hold on. Now we have 20 minutes till the open. Again, best case scenario, that buy side gets hit before the opening bell. So that's within the next 21-minute candlesticks. Does that need to happen? Not necessarily. For those in Discord, we've seen plenty of times on stream where we'll be in a trade or we're tape reading and that target will get hit right at 9:30 or just a couple minutes after, and that's fine. But preferably, I want to see that get dealt with within the next 20 minutes. That's ideal for me. So this is when I start trying to track some order flow and just try to get a feel for how strong NASDAQ is. We have a fair value gap here. I want to see that stay open, ideally. If that stays open and we start heading towards this CB and getting above it without trading to this, then to me that's a good sign. That's bullish. Just like we have this balanced price range, we didn't have any interest in trading to that. We shouldn't, because it's already efficiently delivered. Same thing with this here, left open. So if we want to start spooling higher and we're leaving inefficiencies open and we're not trading through balanced price ranges like we see here, single pass down, single pass up, if we start seeing that and we get above that CB, then that's strong order flow in my eyes. There's S&T. Yes, we covered the S&T with that low. ES made a lower low while down. NASDAQ failed to make a lower low. So this is what I'm telling myself. If I'm bullish, I would like for this to stay open. Now, what signs of it not being as bullish as I would like? So there, inversion fair value gap. If we lose that, then to me, I fall back to somewhat of a neutral bias. This would be my last line of defense for higher prices right here. I like how we closed above it, and I like for it to be used as support, ideally, and the same thing here. So if we lose that, meaning if we get beneath it, close beneath it, then to me, that's telling me, okay, NASDAQ is not as bullish as I would like. And I say that because this down here is a balanced price range. So there's no reason for NASDAQ to visit that if we're bullish. So if we do, then that's just telling me that it may want to make a lower low. Same thing with this inefficiency. We have this single pass up on this candle offering buy side. Down close candle offers sell side. Candle offering buy side, then we leave. So I'm not necessarily seeing that as an inefficiency. I'm more or less seeing that as a balanced price range. So if we're expecting higher prices, if I want to see us, if I want to see us get above this CB, then I don't believe there's any reason to trade down here. So if we do so, then my thought process is likely make a lower low. So if we don't get support here, which is why I'm saying this is my last line of defense, if we don't get support here, then that's when I fall back to a neutral bias. If that makes sense. I kind of went on a yap session there. About 15 minutes or so till the open. We've really, and this is me trying to work with just this small little fractal. Don't get me wrong, I'm trying to highlight PD arrays in here that can offer support and whatnot, but this, in my eyes, is not the cleanest price action to work with. But this makes for good studying and tape reading and journaling, because I believe if you can navigate this and if you can study and whatnot with this price action, then when you get clean price runs, such as these, where it's just obvious drawn liquidity, then I think it's a lot easier to trade. I don't get the obsession with SMT. Yeah, a lot of people they live and die by SMT. I use it in my trading, but I don't demand it. It's not something that I'm looking for specifically. But if I'm looking at S&P and I'm looking at Dow and I notice there's a SMT at a key level when I'm expecting a reversal, then it has some significance to me. But some people, when it comes to SMT, it's like the holy grail for them, which is fine. That's what they see. That's what their eye jumps to when trading. What do you believe? Opening range ICT 2024 model? I have no idea what you're talking about. Opening range gap ICT model. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Not sure what you're referring to there. $6 p.m. opening price. I don't care about it. Only opening prices I care about when trading in the morning is midnight, 8:30, and 9:30. So I'll be honest with you, it looks real nasty in here. We've traded down to the inversion fair value gap. What I would like to see act as an inversion fair value gap, but this is all, in my eyes, typical NFP Thursday price action. It's really just not the cleanest. It's not showing me that it's in a hurry to get anywhere. But that's what comes with days like this. And then I have a video on my YouTube channel titled How to Avoid, what is it? I think it's How to Avoid Seek and Destroy Before It's Too Late or something like that. Not saying this is Seek and Destroy, but some of the characteristics of a high resistance market: consolidations around opening prices or unwilling to leave opening prices, unwilling to leave new week opening gaps. We've been consolidating around the low end of it. So it's not the cleanest per se, but as far as the PD arrays that I would want to see get respected, we're seeing it for the time being. So bread and butter kind of setup that I want to journal. If you take this price leg from the high to the low, get equilibrium, should you use that as a long? I'm not giving signals out here. That's not what this is. This is a price action study / tape reading journaling stream. But I want to see if we're interested in exploring that SIBI. So in other words, you take the high, take the low, get the midpoint. Equilibrium comes in here. So if I was long here or anywhere down here, where would I look to get out at? Preferably above equilibrium. So looking at this price leg, what's a reasonable objective to reach for? We have a small little CB there, but to me, if you're going to reach for that, why not just aim for that one? So that for me would be a little bread and butter scalp, inversion fair value gap. Obvious inefficiency that's in a premium between this high and that low. That's not a trade signal. That's not me saying go long and target that. That's something that I am studying on a day that I think is likely to be low probability. Because any trader can look at this and agree it's not really the cleanest. Okay, so now, this is that SIBI we highlighted in gray. I believe there's a little suspect. There's a few things that I'm looking at. 2 down close candles form one bullish order block. Okay, I'm watching its opening price. I want to see if there's any sensitivity there. But before that, I would want to see a closure above this level. So earlier I said if I was trading today, I wouldn't be interested in shorting, which is why I highlighted the fair value gaps in gray. They're just a little suspect. I wouldn't want to see this low taken out. Opening bell in 10 minutes. I don't want too many drawings on my chart, but this is something. Well, I'll just leave it off until see if we get up there. Keep the charts clean. Small fair value gap in there. And I'm watching the down close candle. I'm taking the entire range of both. So take the high of this down close candle all the way down to the low. Get its excuse me, I forgot my water. Get its midpoint of the two down close candles, which roughly eyeballing it is about right here. I wouldn't want to see any closures past. Nah, screw it. We'll just do it. Ideally, this is what I would be looking at. So mean threshold, I'm watching that. I wouldn't want to see any closures past that price level. If we do that, then to me that's suspect. It's not as strong as I would like. So 2 price levels very specific that I'm looking at is the opening price here. That starts the series of down close candles, and then mean threshold here. Would not want to see this low taken out because we've worked the inversion fair value gap. We've traded to consequent encroachment. So if we're likely to go higher, I would want this low to stay in place and being confident that our work is done down here. So there's the opening price. And then for a bread and butter scalp, I'm looking for this as a drawn liquidity. Obviously my focus is 20,000, we'll just say 20,040 is my focus. That's what I think we're likely to aim for. But for journaling and annotating purposes, I'm looking at this to be as a low-hanging fruit objective. If this low gets taken out, that's when I drop back to a neutral bias and have to stay on the sidelines and just wait. If you're learning something, if you're finding it valuable, if you just joined, please like the live stream, share it. If you feel like you've learned some gems already, or if you've just taken anything valuable away, share it with your friends, your family, your mama, your auntie, your granny, your pappy, all your Telegram, Discord buddies. Slowly building our community up. How we have 500 people watching. That's pretty good. I think the most I've had watching a stream is 1,000. I think that was around August last year. But I'm not the biggest channel out there, but if you're finding it valuable, it would mean a lot if you can like, comment, subscribe. Well, I guess not comment since it's a chat room, but my granny got eliminated. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry to hear that. Is that what you meant? Eliminated? That's interesting terminology. I'm just gonna leave that alone. I'm sorry for your loss. If that's what you're never mind. So again, watching the opening price here. Margin rates. That right there is exactly why they're reducing margin rates. Expire. Hey, I'm just gonna Yeah. So still watching opening price, mean threshold. Let's get that specific price level. 19,972. I don't want too much on my chart, but 19,972 mean threshold. I don't want to see anything past that on a closing basis. And then it goes without saying, like I said earlier, if we take out that low, then that pushes me back to a neutral bias. How long you trading ICT concepts? Well, I took it seriously January of 2023. That's when I took it serious. I'll push you and your lines more than any trade follow. I appreciate that, Gonzo. I appreciate that. That means a lot. You're a real one. That's awesome. She smoked too much and she just flew away. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's very, very graphic. I don't even know how to respond to that other than RIP, I guess. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave that alone. That's crazy. Bro says, yeah, never mind. Liquidated. That's insane. Y'all are hell. That's crazy. Oh man, this is a really nasty kind of So we have 3 minutes to the open, and here's my thought process on this. And for those who watch me trade in Discord, you know that 9:15 is usually my cutoff. I don't like trading 10 minutes before the open just because of the whiplash, especially if I'm trading my live account. If I'm positioned, let's say, long and I have my stop at break even, 9:30 can bring some crazy volatility, especially on Thursday of NFP week. And that stop loss, if it whipsaws through it, is not going to get respected, and you're gonna lose way more than you intended. So generally, I wouldn't like to trade 10-15 minutes before the open. So now, with that being said, whenever I don't have targets getting hit, like we're looking for that weekly target there in this inefficiency, whenever we're approaching 9:30, that's when I fall back to a neutral bias. I wouldn't look to position myself in a new trade a couple minutes before the open, simply given the fact that volatility is about to come into the marketplace and it could be violent, especially on a day like today. So 9:30, we're going to get our first presented fair value gap, and we're going to see how we use that. Everything still stays the same as far as long as we stay above this low. My focus is here. Do you take models before the open? Yeah, I trade before open. I start trading at 8:30. We get to the charts around 8:15, or the stream starts at 8:15. But 8:30 is my time window when I start looking for setups, and I prefer to be done before the open, but I go as far as about 10 o'clock. And usually I like to find a setup between that 8:50 and 9:10 macro. Are you getting on that power action last night? Oh, nah. I was watching the game last night. I was really worried about the charts. I didn't even notice, because I wasn't looking at the charts in the PM, I didn't notice our first daily objective guy hit consequent encroachment of that wick until late last night. But that was what was that movement after 4 p.m.? What was that? This here. That was crazy. We had some news or something. All that after market close. All right, so here's 9:30 open. Who do you have your money on? I'm going Rockets all the way. All we got to do is win 2 little games in a row, and we good. Bring the energy back. We got some. No, we good. We fine. We chilling. Discord, lifetime. Discord pricing and features and options, all that stuff. Click the link in the description or just click the link pinned in the top of the chat room, TremaineTrades.com. It has all the stuff there. Everything you need to know more about the server. So you can see why I like to be positioned, or I don't like to be positioned moments before 9:30 open. So now just join. Glad to have you, Grigio, if I'm saying that right. So let's do a quick browse through other markets. Excuse me, S&P, Dow, pretty heavy. Dollar index we don't really care about as of late. And here's NQ. Those are London trades. I already showed that earlier. So displacement, that low gets taken. Current new day opening gap is a draw. Consolidate in here, couldn't get above, at least not strongly, above that SIBI. Let me check the higher time frame. Again, I'm only using one screen a day, so I'm going to have to do a lot of flip-flopping back and forth. We still have that intact for right now. It's 15. We'll go back to a daily. This is something I want to have on here. That new week opening gap is a little closer than our current new day opening gap. This is looking a little more busy than what I would have wanted, but it's okay. Rules still apply. As long as that low stays intact, my focus is up here. And looking at this, we're really doing a damage on sell side as far as lows. Sell side taken, sell side taken, sell side taken. We're really doing a number on the sell side, and this right here is smooth to me. Obviously, my focus for the week is up here. Now we have high impact news. Again, manufacturing PMI at 10 o'clock. So that's something to keep an eye on. Let's see if I can fit all of this. Let's see if I can do this. And we'll just do that. There. I'm trying to keep this low in the picture because that's the key low that I'm focusing on. Nasty day. Definitely not the cleanest. If you're looking at the price action we've gotten since 8:30, in my eyes, is there any clean, sustained price run after 8:30? I don't think so. So now what we're going to do, we're in that opening range. I'm going to wait till we get our first presented fair value gap and see how we want to use it. Let me see, 9:30 open. 9:30 open. So our 9:30 opening price is pretty much the low of the old new week opening gap. So I'm not gonna annotate it, but I'm gonna do this. Just do it like that. Trump got executed. Y'all crazy. There's news tomorrow, but can you still trade today? Generally, I don't like to trade non-farm payroll Thursday. I like to take that day off. And then when it comes to NFP Friday, I like to trade after NFP. I like to trade after the NFP news announcement hit. Because I like to let all that manipulation and all that stuff get dealt with first. I like to observe what liquidity they ran for and whatnot. And then you can go in after once the smoke clears and look for whatever it is you want to look for. This is getting real muddy in here. Just this whole fractal. Let me put this back on. Or let me see. All intervals. My experience, NFP Friday is the only decent Friday in a given month. Yeah. So for those who missed it earlier in the stream, the reason why, hold on, small little stuff like this bothers me. Hold on. The reason why I said I'm maintaining a bullish bias unless we take out that low is because we've already swept sell side, even if it's by a little bit. And when I see stuff like this here, and I'm saying where they're trailing their stops here, 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 and then we have relative equal lows here. So whenever we take that out in a market that's been trending higher, I'm seeing that as we've already done a lot of dirty work on the sell side by clearing that out. And then we move away, just fall short of our weekly objective. So that's why I'm saying as long as we keep that low intact, then this is my focus. But if we clear that out, then it goes without saying we have an old new week opening gap, and then this is our current new day opening gap. You see 6 p.m. here. With all that being said, since 8:30, it's pretty messy. But that's NFP Thursday. How I'm gonna get access to Discord? You get there's 2 ways. So when you purchase the Discord or whatever, you'll get an email. Whatever email you type in, it's gonna send you a link to join it. And if you have a WAP account, which I don't think you need one, I can't remember, but if you have a WAP account, you can go on your WAP account and you'll see the Discord access link thingamajigger in there as well. But whatever email you put in, that's the email that they're going to use to send you the link to the access or whatever. Have you removed the weekly forecast for the report? Yeah, that's for full access. Weekly forecast is for full access. So we've taken out that low, or just about a few points away. And as far as first presented fair value gap, I'm not really looking at that one, if I'm being honest. Why y'all saying Trump got shot? Y'all are crazy. Fake news. And man, I think the market will go completely bonkers if something like that happened. You talk about Whiplash, bro. How do you trade on days without medium or high impact news? Just focus on macros. Focus on macros, and if the price action isn't clean, I just don't engage. That's how I treat it. Promos, anything? No promos. He got shot in the other ear. That's crazy. Tough luck. Tough luck. Let's do a browse. S&P is not clean at all. That's pretty nasty for ES. That's pretty bad. Dow, nice displacement higher. S&P is blowing accounts right now. So we have all averages more or less still somewhat looking heavy. Do I live often? I live stream every day in Discord. Around maybe, I don't know, 3-4 times a month, I come publicly on YouTube and would do a tape reading stream and whatnot. I like to chat it up with the gang here. Let's do that. Again, I don't have my monitor with me, so I gotta. Usually I'll flip through the time frames and do all this on a separate screen, but I don't feel like opening up my chart templates and whatnot, so I'm doing it all here. So more lows taken. New week, new day opening gaps here. This is one of those days where I'm only looking for longs. Not saying shorts can't print or whatever, but given my bias, given my draw liquidity, and now given our opening prices, first let me look at our opening range gap. So we opened higher. Looks like we may have repriced a consequent encroachment. If not, we're close to it. But just for me as a rule of thumb, if we're ever beneath all three opening prices like that, I see that as we're in a pretty nice discount. So given the fact we're beneath our 8:30, our midnight, and our 9:30 open, and my objective for the week is that buy side on the daily chart, that old high on Wednesday, April 2nd. Because that's my focus, I would forfeit shorts. I wouldn't want to participate in anything short. I would rather wait for a setup going long. And if I don't get that, then that's when I'll show up for lunch or PM or just the next trading day. News in about 15 minutes or so. High impact. So let's clear some of this off. Inversion fair value gap. That was our last line of defense for higher prices. We said there's no reason to trade down into anything here. If we did, then it was just likely to take out that low. We hit it to the tick here, trade higher, stalled around, then we get to our 9:30 open, plummets. So let's get our chart cleaner, clear this off. Sell side taken here, buy side taken there. Sell side taken here. All this from London got cleaned up there. Let's see, what else can we do? That's pretty much good. That's not me trying to discourage anybody else from taking shorts, but I'm just giving it like my internal thought process. Should I be trading NFP Thursday is I would only be looking for buy side and then that weekly objective. So just fell short of that new week opening gap. I'm going to check the micro because sometimes the micro touches it when the NASDAQ doesn't. just as I thought. They be pulling that foolishness. So micro traded down into the new week opening gap. I just had a gut feeling. And NASDAQ just fell short of it. Don't you think we need to retrace the big? No. I'm not. This move from the afternoon, I'm not looking at that to be retraced. Not just yet, especially because this is our focus, our drawn liquidity for the week. So think about it narrative-wise. Not saying that can't happen, but if I'm looking at this, if we don't clear out that buy side on the daily chart and we rotate lower from here, repricing in all of this, what did we just do? We just formed relative equal highs on the daily chart, which is something that I don't want to see. So like that here, if we're that close to it, if we did want to reprice in all of this, I would at least want us to stab above that high, and then it's free game. The stage is set. But as long as that's intact and we just fell a few points short of it, in my eyes, just clean it up first and then do what you want to do. If my chart doesn't want to freeze. Let's go ahead and mark out the lows for London. And that 9:30 drop down, I'm treating that the same way as we had that 8:30 drop down as a Judas swing. So remember how we opened for people who were in the live stream in the beginning, that drop down at 8:30. I said I'm treating that as a Judas swing. I'm not really interested in anything short, especially if my focus is up here. And all we really did was just consolidate ahead of the open. And we open at 9:30 here, and I'm treating it the same way. We drop down. Everybody's chasing it going short. They're shorting things down here, shorting things here. That drop down from 9:30, all we did was reprice in our current opening range gap, take out London lows, and now we have our current, not current, but we have an old new week opening gap that we traded into on the micros. So I'm treating that as a Judas swing. If I ever have a bullish bias and I'm looking for a buy side or any premium array as a drawn liquidity, that move lower initially after the open, it could be after 9:30, it could be after 8:30, whatever. I'm seeing that as a Judas swing. The fake move, get people chasing it going short, looking for objectives down here or whatnot. With my focus that we shared in the weekly forecast in Discord is here. Why'd you pick this first fair value as not balanced price? I am seeing this as a balanced price range, but if I mark out this one or any other first presented fair value gap, there's gonna be 1,000 questions. So I'm just using this one so I don't confuse anybody and cause a ruckus. Because I'll get questions nonstop throughout the entire stream. Why aren't you using that fair value gap? So I'm just using that one. All right, so everything in here looks good. We have a few PD rays that I'm looking at in here. So the same thing we're kind of highlighting in this region. This fair value gap, I would like that to remain open. We have a single pass down with this candle. This wick trades up, trades down, candle opens, trades up. I'm seeing all of this as a balanced price range. If it's good, if we want higher prices, I wouldn't want to see this traded to. So what am I allowing price to trade into? We have a fair value gap here. We have a bullish breaker, your low, your high, and then your lower low that takes out the lows from London. So I'm watching the entire range of the body of this candle. And then obviously your first presented fair value gap. But best case scenario, if it's good, I would want support here and I'm taking the body of the breaker, and I'm looking at midpoint there. I would want us to stay above that. Around how much pips you and your team captured last month? I don't know how much the members watching captured, because I don't promote trade copying, but on my live account I had no red days. We had a couple of I think I deleted the screenshot, but we had a couple of green days, red days, break even days, no trade days, because I trade. And that's a misconception that I see a lot of people, like I'll share my stats on Twitter or whatever, and they'll see like I only traded Monday, and then Tuesday through Friday would just be blank, and they think in the live streams like I'm only trading 1 day a week. No, I trade Monday through Friday, but once I hit my weekly objective for my live account, that's when I stopped trading my personal account and I switched to paper, and I trade Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday on paper. So on my personal account, I had no red days in April, 5K month. And then as far as my live account plus paper trading, I can't even tell you. It was a mix of break-even days, a couple of red days, a couple of green days, or whatnot. Do you go live every day? Yes. I trade live every day in Discord. Unless it's a low probability day, then I'll let the gang know that we're probably just going to tape read and study like we're doing here. All right, so we traded down. Breaker, fair value gap. I like how we're not interested in this fair value gap as of right now. And if we don't have interest in trading to the first presented, that's all the better. Do you think you're holding yourself back with the limit? No, definitely not. I'm upping my size soon, but I have a plan and a method to the madness. I know when I want to size up, when I want to trade more, but for right now, I'm cruising where I'm at. We have high impact news in 8 minutes. Is Discord free? No, it's not free. It's worth it though. Okay, so I see. Let me add this. Whoops. And if you're joining the Discord to copy trades, do not join. I'm here to help other people learn how to read price action with obviously live streams, but we have webinars. Speaking of that, Discord members, I just finished up the mentorship. My first homework assignment is probably going to be assigned. If I can't get it out today, our homework assignment is going to be assigned over the weekend. Now that the mentorship's over. What was I doing? There, we'll leave that there. Real muddy day. We're inside of the breaker. This is classic NFP delivery, NFP Thursday delivery. Classic. Before I discovered ICT, I stressed way too much trying to trade days like this when all I had to do was just chill. But see if I can borrow this real quick. One second. Un momento. Bruh, hold on. Okay, so this is a screenshot of my trading plan. These are days, no trade days / caution days for me, and you can kind of see why. First is no news Mondays, and this is not saying I don't trade these days, but it's just based on how I feel. I'll trade Thursday of NFP week if I feel like the price action's clean. That typo is killing me. That should say Fed chair. But no news Monday is a caution day or maybe a no trade day. Today, Thursday of NFP week, is listed as a caution day, and you can see why it's wise to be more cautious. Bank holiday or the day after a bank holiday, I'm usually a little bit more cautious. Whenever we have Fed chair speaking in the morning or in the PM, I'm a little more cautious, FOMC, all that. And then empty days before red folder day. So let's say we have CPI tomorrow, like if it was an NFP week. If we have CPI tomorrow and today was a no news day, then I'm being cautious because we don't have any news and we're likely to just stall around until we get our news driver tomorrow at 8:30 for CPI. So these 5 categories, these are the days that I look out for. And right now, this is the one that we're trading inside of. So what age you start trading? I started trading I was dabbling with trading and like the idea of it probably when I was like I don't know, 18, 19, freshman year of college, like 19. That's when I started like dabbling with it, but I wasn't really trying to I really didn't know much about it, but that's when my interest grew and I started just like, Googling about it, just looking up like what is this trading stuff? Like that's when I started just expressing some interest. But it was probably when I was like 20, 21, that's when I actually said, okay, let me see if I can make some money with this. And then to start the year in 2023, that's when I went all in with ICT concepts and whatnot. Appreciate that, Tom. They already know. That's the biggest thing with the Discord. Like, forget the signal groups and the whatever. Like, I pride myself when people join the Discord and they say like, it's my first week here, I've already grown in my discipline and patience. That's better than passing a funded account, in my opinion. Like, it's cool when people say like, I passed my funded account, got my first payout, like that's great. But when people say like, I was finally able to sit on my hands this trading day or whatever, that's what it's about right there. Because that's what leads to you getting funded or you getting, your payouts, or stops you from blowing accounts or whatever. I love to see it. So we've traded through the fair value gap, the breaker, all that jazz, and we're right back down to London's low. Let's browse real quick again. S&P blowing account. Now S&P looks like, S&P looks like seek and destroy. It's taking out every single high. It's taking out every single low, taking out every single high. And if it takes out this low, it's the same story. This is really hard to have a sustained price run. If you're looking for a trade where it's just you get in, put your stop, and you let it run to a target, this is not the market environment to do that in. This right here is difficult. And we have news in 20 seconds, so we're going to make this quick. Dow, same thing. High taken out, low. High taken out, lower low. Like, it's real hard to participate in stuff like this. All right, let's go back to NASDAQ. And we're going to zoom out to a 5-minute chart before news. Oh, that's not even news yet. This is news. And we're going to sit here on a 5-minute chart for a second. Let the volatility do its thing. What is this? PMI. Oh, I didn't even notice the spread. That was just at like 7 points, but that's really like not crazy because, I mean, 70 points in 1 minute candle, a 5 point spread, but that is, I never really noticed that. That's interesting. For those who didn't know that, you could look at the spread, that little number there. Since joining, had best 3 months ever passed first fund. They got 2 payouts. Hey, shout out to Tom. Tom killing the game. That's what's up. And one thing that I pride on the Discord, bro, it doesn't spoon feed you. Like it's not a Signal group. I won't ever open a Signal group. I won't be live streaming forever. Like this may be my last year or last year and a half or so live streaming. Like I don't plan on live streaming, especially when I start trading more size. Like when I start risking $1,000 a trade, $1,500 a trade. Like when I start getting to that level, which is probably gonna be next year, I'm probably gonna have to do that off camera. I'll be honest with you. But the Discord is gonna be teaching. It's teaching. It's lectures. We'll probably have more webinars. Like it's not spoon feed here, copy my trades, whatever. Like no. Like I'm encouraging you not to join the Discord if you're just trying to copy. But if you're trying to learn, if you're trying to grow in your patience and your discipline, and if you'll do the homework assignments, then it'll be a good investment for you. So let's look at S&P, see what, oh my goodness. Can we get a moment of silence in the chat room? Moment of silence for anybody trading ES right now. All right, good. Lord have mercy. Oh my goodness. Boy, prop firms love days like this. Yeah, BSES, that's what they call it. You have what is it? Nasty Nas, I think. Nasty Nas, BSES, and Dirty 30. How much for mentorship? I don't do the mentorship anymore. The mentorship, I closed it off. If you're talking about Discord, all the Discord information, just click the link in the top of the chat room or the link in the description of the live stream. But as far as mentorship, well, I don't do private mentorship, but the mentorship lecture videos, like I posted the first 3.5 lecture videos publicly on YouTube. If you want the rest of those along with the quizzes and whatnot, then there's that. But as far as the mentorship where I'm doing one-on-one meetings and things of that sort, I stopped doing that. The mentorship got eliminated like granny. That's a good one, actually. That's pretty good. See you, Wiz. Have a good one. Australia. Isn't it like 10 p.m. for y'all in Australia? There's like a 10, 12-hour time difference, I think. This is nasty. Just nasty. Nasty, nasty. So, I want to take this off for a second, see if I can help somebody here. And I'm going to put all this back on. But just looking at what we have here. Actually, let me put those back on. So, we have our 8:30 open, our midnight open. I have a lecture video. I say this all the time, but I swear I can save people so much stress, time, and money if they were to just watch this video. So I'm finna pull it up for y'all. Hold on. I got y'all. Hold on. I'm not interested in anything short today. I think I made that clear. So I just sent it in the chat room. That video, I go over a couple key points as far as how to identify days that are likely to be. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Wait, I lied. Wrong video. That's the link to the live stream. That one. So that video, there's a couple, you can save it to your phone, copy it, open it in another tab so you can watch it later. But there's a few talking points in that video, and it'll teach you what to look for on days that are likely to be low probability. So one of the things, if we're consolidating around opening prices, okay, notice we have our midnight open. If we're unwilling to leave our opening prices, if we're unwilling to trade above it, then leave. Look what we've done. Midnight open, trade beneath it, above it, beneath it, above it, beneath, okay, above. We're not willing to leave that midnight open. We're just stalling and we're hugging it. That's low probability. Same thing with our 8:30 open and our 9:30 open, which is the low, the new week opening gap. Notice how we're just hugging it, gyrating, bouncing around. That's low probability. That's one of the ways to identify a low probability session before it happens. Now let's take that off. We have 2 new week opening gaps or new day opening gaps. One of the things I covered in that video, and that video is almost like 7 months old or something like that. If we're ever bouncing around between new week opening gaps, that brings a difficult morning session. So ideally, what you want to see is, let's say we're expecting higher prices. You would want us to trade down to the new week opening gap, find support, and then higher prices, there it is. But if we ever start gyrating, high or new week opening gap here, we touched it here on the micros, trade back to the high, trade back to the lower one, trade back to the higher one. Whenever we start doing stuff like that, and we're consolidating around opening prices, it's real difficult. And you combine that with day of week, it's NFP Thursday. Though there's so many factors that are not in your favor, it's real difficult to navigate. You're better off in Vegas. Let's put all this back on. How can I be profitable from your Discord? Just show up to the webinars. If you can't tune in Sunday mornings live, they're recorded. You can watch all the webinars, go back and watch them. Show up to the live streams daily. Don't copy trade, because if you win from my trades, you're not going to learn anything. If you lose from my trades, you're just going to be mad. So come with the intent of just learning like we're doing here. Like, I'm not pressing any buttons today, but hopefully you're learning something. That should be your mindset if you're in the Discord. And then just show up. Just show up every day. There's notes in there. I have all my notes from 2024 ICT content and 2025 ICT content. All my PDF and screenshot notes and all that is there and there. You can download it. You can study it. That'll help you a little bit. But it's going to take work on your part. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? It's not really me putting it in your hand. Like, nobody can really do that for you. As far as the price action we're seeing, I really don't have much to commentate over. I'm kind of, best case scenario, I still like the buy side, but we talked about earlier, a classic characteristic of NFP Thursday is that we can leave that buy side on the table and save it for NFP tomorrow. So I would like our weekly objective to get hit this morning, but I'm not demanding it. Just joined. Do you do these lives? I go live on YouTube maybe like 3 or 4 days a month. I'm going to share the May schedule. I'm going to share the May schedule on my community tab later this afternoon. And in Discord members, I'll send the schedule out for May. I am going on vacation. Oh, is that June? Okay, never mind. That's in June. So never mind. But I'll send out the schedule for May when we have our webinars and our live back testing days, or our which days will be tape reading, which days will be live trading and whatnot. Rockets in 7. Let's go. I believe it. I'm a believer. In June, we're going on a cruise, Western Caribbean, something like that. My girl is graduating college, and we taking a nice little cruise, 7-day cruise, from June 7th to June 14th. So that's gonna be fun. Go Rockets. Try not to full port on cruise. I'm not trading on the cruise. Instead, and I'm gonna send it like in the schedule. But for those who are in the Discord, July, so the week of July 7th to July 14th, I'm not gonna live stream, but I'm gonna have 3 to 4 pre-recorded lectures. So on YouTube, you can schedule videos to like automatically upload at a certain time, a certain day. So instead of live streaming for that week, we're gonna have 3 to 4 lecture videos that are pre-recorded, and I'm gonna send those out to y'all, so you can still have some content to study and whatnot while I'm away from the charts. My girl family going on the same cruise in June. No way. Same day, June 7th. That's crazy. Or not June 7th, July 7th, I mean. No, is it in June? No. What? Yeah, June 7th. And one thing more, how much time will it take to learn all that stuff in your Discord to become profitable? That's up to you. It takes everybody's journey and their time span of becoming profitable and whatnot is different for everybody. You have to take the cruise to Cancun. Oh, nah, that's crazy. When our Rockets come back, I don't want to hear it. No holiday this year until December. That's what's up. That's what's up. I be trying to get out the house, man, cause like day trading, it's so easy to just be cooped up in the house, man. Like I be reminding myself, like, bro, you're full time. Get out and do something. Cause it's just like, what are you gonna do? It's like my girl at work, all my friends at work. It's like I'm finished trading most times by like 10 a.m., which is really 9 a.m. my time. So it's like, that's why it's important to have hobbies. I'd be going to play basketball or whatever at our local gym and whatnot. But trading, it really does get boring when you're full time if you don't have anything else to do. So the cruise would be a good little getaway. I've never been outside the country or anything, so it'll be a good, experience. Would you stay in a relationship where your partner's entertaining other men? Hell nah. What? Nah, bro, that's crazy. Nah, bro, you gotta get up out of there, bro. Your partner entertaining other men. Get up out of there. Go ahead, moonwalk your way up out that relationship, my guy. What's your take on insecurities? I mean, everybody has insecurities. Like, when it comes to like relationship, I'm no relationship doctor or nothing, but like everybody's bringing their own baggage and insecurities when it comes to relationship. But it takes a certain level of maturity to not take that out on your partner. So you may have had a partner in the past who cheated on you when they went out or whatnot. If your girl or your man want to go out with the homies or your girl want to go out with the girls, it takes a certain level of trust and maturity to just let them have fun and not let your past insecurities and traumas get in the way of that. And if you don't think you can handle that, then you probably shouldn't get in a relationship. Yeah. But if your partner entertaining other people, bro, you got to drop it like it's hot. Get up out of there. Yeah, get up out of there, bro. You got to get up out of there. Bay Area Warriors ain't doing nothing, bro. No. Thompson locking all of that up. So still consolidating. Best case scenario, my focus is still here, but the delivery is straight garbage. When I see something in price action that's worthy of noting, then I'll talk about it. For right now, all I see is this intermediate term low, which is a strong low. So we have a short-term low here, a short-term low here. The low here that forms in between two short-term lows is an intermediate term low. That is a strong low. That's one that should not be taken out if your narrative is bullish. So that's something that I'm looking for. But given, again, the day of week, I'm taking that with a grain of salt. None of this is clean to me. What's this logo? Houston Rockets, baby. Houston Rockets. Basketball. Please answer. Any ICT mentorship on this channel is good. This will really turn into a Q&A, but it's only because the price action is trash, so there's really nothing to do but read the comments. This is account destroying price action, absolutely. Bro, Alfred Şengün is hooping. He's hooping. He's balling out. Yeah, the Jezebel. You gotta be careful out here, man. Gotta be careful out here. No, I don't trade Asia. I'm rarely home to trade Asia. I'm usually out playing basketball or hanging with my girl or something, and I don't really need to trade Asia. I don't want to be glued to the charts. You know what I mean? Like when I'm done in the morning, I want to be done. Unless I have to trade the PM session, but I've been leaving Asia alone. I'm about to get stopped. That's tough. Tough indeed. Oh, this is what we need to do. Who's in a trade right now? Anybody in a trade? I need that stop loss and I need that entry. Y'all know what time it is. Where's it at? Chat record is 2-9. Y'all aren't doing too hot. Okay, this chart's a little messy. We're gonna clean this up a little bit. It's making me anxious. Make this smaller. There. Take this off for now. There. All right, let's see. I'm getting the first one. Short. I don't care about gold. 19.999 entry. Stop in profit 15. Oh, you're stopping profit. We ain't worried about you. Longs at 19.946. Who said that? Where's your stop, Jordan? All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get a dub today. Longs 19.946. So this is your entry here. 19.946. And your stop is at 900 even. All the way down here. It's a fat stop loss. What is that? That's not, I guess not that bad. What's your target? What you reaching for, Jordan? Let's see. I need that. Jordan, where you at? TP 20,000. 20,036. 20,036. All right, let's get it. Jordan's our signal provider this morning. Let's see if we can boost that record to a whopping 3 and 9 this morning. Let's go. Here we go. Let's get it. Let's go. Just for those who aren't in the Discord, this is not what we do in the live streams, but I like to have a little fun when we come out here publicly, especially if the price action is looking questionable. I like the draw on liquidity. I'll say that much. I do have a bullish bias looking for that weekly objective. But as far as market conditions, I think I'm going to sit this one out. I'm in trade school. That's what's up. For Jason at the stop. What is this? A classic 2-to-1? About 90 handles, risking. Yeah, 45, a little 2-to-1 action. Yeah, funny. All right, who's walking? Can I get a poll started in this thing? Let me see. Before it's too late, before it starts moving. I haven't done this in so long. I should have sent it as soon as I started it. All right, poll sent in the chat. You haven't entered it? Oh, I'm not trading this. No Sirski. This is a tapering stream. I only trade live in Discord, and that's my fault because I took off my disclaimer thing. This down here. We're gonna take out these opening prices. There's too much going on. Let's put this here, and there we go. Like, get it, Jordan? Who got praying on? I wish we could see like who's voting in the poll. Who's praying on Jordan's downfall? It's about about an 80-20 split. All right, let's see. Let me scroll up. I feel like I missed some things. Taking January off. Yeah, next year, I think I'm definitely taking January off. I know that's something that ICT practices. Like, he doesn't really start trading until the second week of February, he says. And I think the January this year, I think my first 2 weeks of January were really good. And then the last 2 weeks, it was just like, it was just muddy. So 2026, I definitely think I'm going to take January off. And we'll probably just do a lot of studying and tape reading streams. But it was definitely a good experience, though. Like all this volatility, all of this like crazy wicking price action, 1,000-point candles, and all this madness. Like, it's great practice. It's building resilience. It's building experience. Because I do think eventually we're going to have just real clean days where it's just like sell side taking, displacement, fair value gap, runs to your target, boom, there you go. Like, I think we're going to have days like that. But for now, like, watching this kind of price action and experiencing this kind of volatility, I think is needed, man, because it, you know what I mean? when the easy days come, it's gonna be like, well, shoot, this is nothing. You know what I mean? What is the PD array from which price reacted? This is our current. Let me make sure. That's an old new week opening gap. New week opening gap from March 17th. That's what you're seeing here. Stops move below. Stops move below CE. Okay, bet. So stop moved here, give or take. I got you, bro. Let's get it. Once buy side taken, risk taken off. I'm assuming you mean this high, clean highs. Whoops. Well, I'm not going to annotate it. My chart is busy enough, but I got you. I trade in Discord Monday through Friday. I'll go live Monday through Friday. So let's see, NASDAQ working higher. Let's take a quick glance. S&P. Whole lot of nastiness, dirty work in here. Leaving that. Dow. Same thing. Real nasty. Look at that gap. Real nasty in here. Slowly trotting higher. Dollar index. That's the one thing I don't like is dollar index looking bullish, but given the day of week. Oh my God, it's a mess. Given the day of week, you gotta allow for that foolishness. I think the Rockets is bringing good luck. All right, Jordan, I got you. Let's say about right there. Let's get it. Do you go live for New York AM session? No, I don't trade PM. I don't live stream PM, rather. I don't trade PM session often unless I have to, or let's say I take a loss in the morning session on stream. Then I'll look to mitigate that loss off stream during the PM to bring me back to break even or whatnot. But for most, 90% of the time, I'm not even in the house come the PM session. I'm out working out or playing basketball or something. I'm not with a prop firm. No prop firm. I'm not really big on prop firms. When are you going? I leave June 7th. June 7th, we leave for the cruise, Galveston. We're leaving from Galveston. I'm excited, man. Because she's already been on a cruise before, but I've never been. I don't think I'll be seasick or nothing, but I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. Maybe even get some vlog footage, who knows. It's been a while since the last vlog. I think February was the last one, near Valentine's. Don't be answering the type of question. Nah, they ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't worried about it. But it's gonna be fun. But live streams, there's gonna be pre-recorded videos, so the Discord is not a ghost town. I'm gonna have pre-recorded lectures and whatever, like how we have webinars on Sundays. We'll basically have 3 pre-recorded webinars, and they're gonna be posted in the channel. This is on paper because middle of a lab. You in school right now? You a real one. Hey, paper trade, real money, it don't matter. Being on size, all that matters. That's what I would do if I was still in school. I'll be trading. I probably, well, it depends. High school, I'll be trading in class. College, I probably wouldn't even go to class. Like, when I was in college, if my professor was like cool with us skipping class and they didn't trip, I did not go. I just like waited for them to upload the lectures on Canvas, and then I'll just do the homework and study and all that from my dorm room. To be an electrician, let's go. That's what's up. Best of luck to you, bro. So we've cleared out all the buy stops. Let's look at 5 minute. Oh, there's so much going on, bro. Let's extend this. Chart's looking like Patrick Willen right now. This is ridiculous. No shade. Traded my way out of a wet bag. That's how you do it. We have a larger breaker, albeit it's not really clean. But if you're looking at the low here and the higher high, and then the low that trades into the new week opening gap, these last two up close candles, one complete breaker, but any PD array that's resting in all of this here, to me, is lower probability just because it's not really clean, in my opinion. But it is something that I'm eyeballing, per se. The canvas, I hated canvas. Oh my, I had PTSD from like being in school, man. Like, I think I could have very easily been an A+ student, but like the schoolwork just didn't interest me, man. Like, I had to be passionate about it to really do good at it. And I just wasn't passionate about writing 5-page papers, so like it just wasn't for me, man. You know what I mean? Oh, I thought you were talking about canvas. Man, you talking about chart colors. Never mind. You said not that canvas. Yeah, canvas. It was just, I get PTSD. Like, I hated it. Like, I literally have screenshots from my college professors checking on me because I wasn't submitting my assignments on time. I was working on those market reviews, baby. I had 100 people in my Discord. I'm trying to get these market reviews out. I don't got time for that paper right now. That was my mindset. Oh, man. Good times, good times. I'm watching the entire range of these two up-close candles. I'm not interested in adding any more drawings to my chart. It's already too much text and stuff going on. That's what I'm watching. Oh, man. What time is it? 10:30? We've been on here for 2 hours, 15 minutes. I think 11, we might call it a day. Or maybe we'll take like a 5-minute break. I'll go grab a snack. And maybe we can push for 12, but no promises. I was up trading in London, so I'm really on no sleep. I hated school. Daughter's getting the homeschooling. That's cool. Are you teaching, or like you hire somebody to like homeschool her? School, I think school is just enjoyable only because I was playing basketball. I'll be honest. Like I had some cool friends and some teachers were cool, but I think it's because I was in sports. Like that's what really made it worthwhile, I think. Like I had to have good grades or else I couldn't play. You know what I mean? Not that I was like a bad student, but it was just more motivation because I needed something to get me through calculus, I tell you. In your all day drink oil, what is the main course material? That includes everything. There's I think there's 8 to 10 quizzes in there. There's 10 lecture videos. There's PowerPoint slides. If you go to my YouTube channel, I uploaded the first 3 lecture videos. You can kind of get a feel for what they're like. But it's covering bias, top-down analysis. There's a couple of models in there. It covers all. It's kind of like an all-in-one thing. And then you get lifetime access to the Discord, all that stuff. Looking good for Mr. Jordan. On NFP weeks, do you suggest we are hands off until NFP? When it comes to NFP Thursday, I don't like trading. And when it comes to NFP Friday, I look to engage after 8:30. I don't like trading prior to NFP. But I think after 8:30 on Friday, then you're good to go. Oh man, I'm getting tired. I told y'all the Rockets bring good luck. Or bad luck if it comes for the break even. If it comes for the break even, it's not the Rockets' fault. I'm just putting that on record. Stops move to the low here. There. See you, Guap Grigio. Glad to have you in the server. Let's get to work. Oh, man. I wish TradingView had y'all remember, they only had it for like a week or so, but they had like a confetti thing. What is that? Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. But they had like a little confetti thing where like it does a whole bunch of like celebration stuff. That would be perfect for right now. And there it is. So Jordan's TP hit, target hit that we're looking for all morning. Delivery was straight garbage. Chat room record is updated. You guys officially have a 30%. We're getting there. we're slowly Jordan brought y'all back one step closer to break even. Boom. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Whoops. 209. That's right. Yeah. So let's look at it. W Jordan. WW. Good stuff. So prior to 10 o'clock or so, all of this was messy. We talked about that intermediate term low, and I think we talked about this last stream, in our last tape reading stream. But short-term low, that's a king low, intermediate term low there. Should not be taken out. First presented fair value gap, support. And then Discord members, we had that weekly objective outlined in the weekly forecast. So if we move all this to the side, that's that high here. And then, you know, the next thing we're looking for is the buy side above this high if it really gets animated. We weren't interested in shorts. We talked, well, I had the opening prices off, but we had our midnight opening price, I think was right here. And then our 8:30 price opening was here. And I said, whenever we're beneath all three opening prices, that's a deep discount. And we open at 9:30 here. Any movement lower, we're treating that as a Judas swing. We've taken out the lows from London. A lot of people are asking about this. That's just an old new week opening gap. And then we form an intermediate term low and then trade higher. So this is our weekly objective for the week hit. I don't think I included this on the weekly forecast, but we do have a small little balance price range with a single pass up, single pass down. So that right there is balanced. That candlestick's low would be a next short-term draw for me before we get potentially to the buy side there. So that's what I'm looking at. Ideally, what I was looking for was this low to stay intact. I wanted, because we cleared out sell side here and you saw the short, but clearing out the sell stops, I wanted to see that low stay intact before reaching this level. We ended up clearing out anyway, but you have the new week opening gap. And then there you go. Cleanest delivery? No, but that's nice. WWW. Let's go, Jordan. That's all you, bro. I just make YouTube videos, dog. Good stuff. Best of luck to you in class. We need electricians. Go get it, bro. Jordan should get first month free. I think Jordan's already in the Discord. Oh, let me put that back on here. Yeah, he's a lifetime member. Jordan locked in for life. Lifetime members representing. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. What time is it? 10:44? Okay, so now is a good time for a little break. I think I'm gonna stay on till maybe 11:30. Ooh, that's 3 hours. That's crazy. But I'm gonna go grab a cup of water and a little snack or something so we can push through for about another 45 minutes. And we'll come back. So 1 second. Quick little break. Let me. Right about there. All right, just a moment. All right, we're back. We're back. Gonna do the rest of this stream standing up. All right, let's see what we got. So targets hit. Let's clean some of this off, or let's do a quick little journal study real quick, because that is the purpose of this live stream after all. So just give me 5 minutes or so. We're going to annotate this chart, save it for our studies, and I'll share it with you all on Twitter if you want to save it and whatnot. Okay, let's see. Let's get rid of this for a second. That's literally, just leave it there. Let's get our midnight open. New York ATM model. But let me, oops. We'll delete you for now. All right. Let's just do this. Let's get to work. It's gonna take me a while, y'all. Come on, I can't type. Do that. Do that. All right. And I think that's all. Short-term low. And I think that is all she wrote. Last little annotation. This is how I save and journal. It takes work, but it's good study material. Yeah, I'm gonna share this in Discord, the screenshot, and I'll post it on Twitter as well. Let that cook. Come on. Please don't let me type all that again. Oh my goodness. Do not do me like, okay, there we go. Whew, that took a while, but I like it. It's good stuff right here. Good stuff. Intermediate term low. Fair value staying open. First presented fair value option support. Price expects the upper half. Bullish breaker. You meant to write that we are going lower. I don't even know what you're talking about, bro. I've been typing so much. Oh, yeah, that's wrong. That's funny. Good catch, good catch. That would have definitely irritated me if I shared that. That's funny. Nothing in the chart suggests we're going higher, and I have all this text supporting the reasons why we're going higher. All right, opening there and being trade lower. This is a clutch this way for expecting high prices. We are not looking at short thing. How we do live market run on the sell side and working at discount. Sounds more fancy. Accumulating a discount. First saying over the bull center. I have to be clear under the lows. Into the new coming again. There we go. I think that's good. Good enough for, as ICT says, good enough for government work, right? It's good studying right there. Boom. And you guys get the easy part. I just send it to you. And there you go. I think we're going to end the stream here, man. This has been fun. We had a lot of, I would even say a lot of teaching points. We really sat through this consolidation, and it was real nasty. We'll go ahead and delete all this now. Let me make sure I took that screenshot. Okay. Go ahead and clear this off. We lost about half our viewers. Shout out to all the people who are sticking this one out. It's a long stream. But we're going to close up shop here. And this was fun, man. The schedule for May will be sent out in the Discord, and it'll be posted on the community tab for YouTube, so you guys will see when we'll have another live stream like this. If you found this one insightful, please like, share the live stream. Subscribe if you haven't already. Join the Discord if you're interested in growing your trading, growing in your discipline, growing in your ability to read price. Link is pinned in the chat room and link in the description of this live stream. I trade live Monday through Friday, and occasionally, a couple times a month, I come out here on YouTube and do a tape reading stream, and we study and have a little bit of fun. I think that's it. I'm going to share the screenshot and all that in Discord and on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter if you want to save that for your notes. We'll do a real quick, brief recap, but pretty much everything I just annotated. Discord members know our weekly forecast. We're looking for 20,050, that old daily high. I'll go to it real quick. This was our drawn liquidity for the week. We were looking for that. So 1 minute chart, the fact that we fell just short of that here and started moving away, I wasn't convinced that our job was done up here. Preferably we opened at 9:30, or 8:30, sorry, this one we got to the charts. I wanted to see this hit before the opening bell, but didn't get it, chopped around, banged around in here, blowing accounts and whatnot. We highlighted the intermediate term low, short-term low, short-term low, intermediate term low. Why do I trust this low and not anything formed here? Well, we've taken out London lows, that sell side. New week opening gap, smart money can accumulate long positions in here. Time is on your side, macro, and opening prices. Okay, I said when we're trading down here, for one, we did not care about shorts. I didn't care for anything going short, especially if our drawn liquidity. If we know daily order flow, institutional order flow is aiming for that buy side, I'm not interested in intraday and shorting anything here when we know this is like a magnet for price action, okay? So I didn't care for anything going short, even if I was wrong. I said NASDAQ can drop 1,000 points. I wouldn't care. I would just show up for the next session or the next trading day, but I favor longs. So we bang around in here, clearing out London lows, trade down one more time into the new week opening gap, trade up, balance price range with the fair value gap staying open. That's bullish. First presented fair value gap offering support, trade higher, and then we talked about the breaker, these two up close candles. You have the low, your high, and the lower low that takes out the stops and trades into the new week opening gap. So once you see that pattern, you refer all the way back to the last two up close candles. And I'm only looking at the bodies because the wicks are a little spontaneous. They're a little exaggerated. So I'm really just looking at the bodies, drawing it through, mean threshold there. Then we rally up, fair value gap, aligning with consequent encroachment of our old new week opening gap, takes us into our weekly objective there. Being in a discount beneath the midnight open, beneath the 9:30 open, beneath the 8:30 open, we're in a really deep discount, sell side taking new week opening gap. And if we head to regular trading hours, okay, we gapped higher and traded down, repricing in, trading to consequent encroachment of our current opening range gap. So we're not looking for shorts anywhere in here. Everything is telling you that's likely to go higher, but all these factors only matter when we have a narrative that we're likely to go higher, which was that old daily high on the daily chart. So hopefully you gained something from this. This was a really fun stream. Shout out to Jordan bringing that Discord record up, or that chat trading record up to 3-10. The chat officially has a 30% win rate, and we'll do it again next time. I'll put the schedule together, and we'll see when we have another live stream. So that's it for me. Discord members, I'll see you on the live stream. Tomorrow morning, we're going to live stream at 9:30. Okay, we have NFP tomorrow, so I'm not really interested in trading a few minutes after NFP. So instead of getting to the charts at 8:15, we're going to get to the charts around 9:15, and we'll look for something after the opening bell tomorrow. So get you a little bit of sleep. And YouTube community, appreciate y'all tuning in, and I'll see you all when I see y'all. Peace.